Well, hi folks. June 17th. I keep saying July, but it's only June. June 17th. Vancouver Island, sunny day. Trust everyone's well. Getting ready for the second wave. No, I'm not sure about this second wave. I mean, you look at the results from the first, and you look at the people who were really pushing it. And I think we got to ask some serious questions. Do we believe them this time around? Do we believe them this time around? Mind you, perhaps they've manufactured even a more powerful one that they've kicked out. Who's to say? Who's really to say? Another thing I was going to mention this today. I see Aunt Jemima and Mrs. Butterworth and Uncle Ben's are all going by the wayside. Interesting. You know, when I look at Aunt Jemima pancake mix, just think, this is the brilliance. This is the brilliance of our people. With everything going on in the fucking world today, they're concentrating on pancake mix and syrup. Think about that. And rice. They've got to change these names. Isn't Uncle Ben, wasn't there a Ben who grew rice? And who grew some of the best rice in the United States? And that's why it was named Uncle Ben's. I don't know, I'm not an American, but I think I read that somewhere, that was what it was named after. All I know more about Aunt Jemima pancakes is my grandmother and my mother used to make great pancakes and make their own syrup. So as I got a bit older and they weren't around, I would always grab Aunt Jemima pancake mix and some of her syrup because it was really, really good. It didn't matter whose picture was on the cover, on the box or the bag. I thought it was actually sort of cool. As a kid growing up, I knew a Cree Indian. He used to make the best bannock. She made better bannock than anybody. And if you haven't tried bannock, well, you don't know what you're missing. She used to deep fry hers, though. And I can remember hanging out with Lawrence Brass's aunt, enjoying this bannock. And if I had, if somebody made bannock today and put this Cree Indian's lady's picture on, would everybody be all upset just because she made the best bannock there was? I don't know. I think we major in minor things. And this is the craziest thing about all this. The crazier thing is intelligent people are buying into it. Intelligent people, educated people. Shit, people with 2-3 degrees are buying into this garbage. I don't know, because we have some uneducated clowns, or clowns who've been educated in the last 20 years by a bunch of morons. I mean, hey, if you don't like, you're one of those educators who have educated people to think this way, and you don't like that phrase, well, call me. Give me a shout. Let's talk about it, because it's totally nuts. I noticed today, Singh got tossed out of Parliament, the leader of the NDP, because he made a proposal in Parliament and he needed unanimous approval for it to get legs. And he didn't get that. So the person who wouldn't give him that unanimous approval, he called him a racist. And I'm thinking, shit, man. And he wouldn't apologize. Well, he's got a spin on it now that he was upset, blah, blah, blah. He's supposed to be a parliamentarian in control of his emotions. But he says it's systemic racism in the RCMP. RCMP have been around for a lot longer than Mr. Singh or I have been around. And are there some idiots in the RCMP? Of course there are. But the whole force is not systemic racism. But our lame-brained politicians who are actually doing nothing today, they have nothing really good concrete to say. But if they say some buzzword that a bunch of morons are marching in the streets over, well, it gets them in tune with people. And Mr. Singh is where he's at as a leader of a political party, because a lot of people of various races voted for him. He's in Parliament because of the same reason. Yet he has the gall and he has the stupidity to stand in Parliament and call Canadians systemic racists. And our vaunted leader of this minority government does the same. Trudeau does the same damn thing. I don't know. It sort of starts to weigh on you. I mean, when you look at the quality of people we have as politicians today, it just makes you wonder. You look down at Seattle and you're sort of shaking your head for the people down there, because you have a mayor and a governor who seem to be out to lunch, and we're no better up here. And Mr. Singh, I don't know. If you had some style and character, maybe you would stand up and apologize to the people of Canada for that statement you made in the House. You know, it's sort of, mind you, they're making it out of the House as well, so they don't really give a damn. They're treating us all like sort of idiots. And it's scary. Another thing I was thinking, I was listening to some trans people and some gay people going on and on about we've got to get rid of this type of government. We need socialism. And I wonder if they've ever researched what happens to trans people and gay people in, say, China, in Russia, in most communist countries. And I'm wondering if they've really sort of taken a look at this Black Lives Matter and see who is behind it. See who sort of is behind this organization. Now, does it have connection to the Muslim Brotherhood? Does it have connections to Al-Qaeda? Does it have connections to other organizations? You got to ask yourself that and do your own research. Then you have to ask yourself this question: what happens to people of that community in Saudi Arabia, in some of these other countries? Do they have parades, and can they celebrate their rainbow weekend in all these communist countries and Middle Eastern Muslim countries? It's a good question to ask yourself, because if you got what you wished for in North America, in a heartbeat you'd be history, because they wouldn't stand for that. In our system, we accept everybody who's, even if they are idiots, we accept you, we'll listen to you. But when the idiots start running the country, that's when people have to stand up and say, whoa, 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 wait a minute. When you've got nothing more intelligent to do but go after a pancake. I mean, I don't know. That sort of says a whole lot about your brain power. It's interesting because you wonder who is really pulling the strings behind all this commotion we're going through. Who would really like to see us all be dumbed down and sort of not know what's going on? Perhaps the people who are pulling Bill Gates' strings. Perhaps the people who would like to control the world. And now I've often said one should treat themselves and read the book Without Conscience by Dr. Hare out of UBC. Without Conscience. And a lot of people just shake their heads and don't want to read it. But it's give you an idea of the type of people who are running this show. And it's just sort of getting mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. It's I'm just wondering when they're going to march out the ban the plastic straw brigade and the Greta Thunberg crowd again. Where are these? We haven't seen them for a while, so maybe they'll be bringing these people on. Maybe that's the third wave. Anyway, I think it's time for everybody who thinks this is all nonsense and are just not paying attention to it to really say, hey, whoa, there is something here. There is something here. We want to disarm the police, but we have clowns running around in Seattle with AK-47s. Think about that. It's sort of crazy. It's a mad, mad world. Anyway, take care. Have fun. Buy up some Aunt Jemima pancake mix because it won't be on the shelves much longer. And after they take it off, boycott Quaker. Tell them to go screw themselves. Bye for now.